Ileocecal valve dysfunction is a structural SIBO root cause that often gets missed or assumed not to be an issue. So it's definitely not the most common driver of SIBO, but it can be important to look for with methane SIBO or EMO or in tough relapsing cases. So let's talk about ileocecal valve dysfunction. Normally, the ileocecal valve keeps bacteria and archaea from the colon or the large intestine from moving back up into the small intestine. It's like a one-way door. And if it isn't working properly, it means that bacteria and archaea migrate into the small intestine and you can end up with SIBO or recurrent relapsing SIBO. So there are some practical strategies that you can do. Things like gentle abdominal massage over this ileocecal valve area. So it's where your belly button is, it's to the right hand side and a bit down, so about halfway between your belly button and your right hip bone. And if you can massage in that area, you'll be massaging over the ileocecal valve. The other thing you can look into is visceral manipulation therapy, and ideally do this with a trained practitioner. And then the third thing that you want to be careful of is to avoid chronic constipation and bloating, because that puts a whole heap of pressure on the valve. I know that's easier said than done. So really, ICV dysfunction it's rarely the only root cause of SIBO that you need to address. So it'll typically be layered with something else like other bacterial infections or parasitic infections, adhesions, poor vagal tone, or antibodies from a bout of food poisoning, things that will impact motility in the small intestine. So if you have SIBO, don't ignore this less common structural root cause, especially if you're stuck in a cycle of relapse.